So in this video, what I'm going to show you are the 5 steps to 3 to 15 to 30 or even more predictable sales appointments showing up in your calendar each month with people who already know you. So we're going to be going through this, and then if you like, you can schedule a call with us. Now, the real reason most businesses struggle to generate quality leads. Now, what I want to know is, does this sound like you? Does this resonate with you? For example, do you start each month wondering where that next client is going to come from? Do you hate the idea of having to chase leads to work with you? Wouldn't it be great if they were to chase you instead? And the best one, are you finding that the traditional ways of marketing, for example, cold calling, relying on word of mouth referrals, networking events, trade fairs, they're no longer as effective as they used to be? And are you simply looking for something better? Maybe you've tried scraping leads or paying for leads from a lead generation company, but all you got were shared leads or low quality leads that you can never ever seem to get a hold of. Maybe you've tried paying a monthly retainer to another marketing company, but you're still struggling to get any real tangible results. But you still believe, fundamentally, that marketing is very important. But everything you've tried in the past just has not worked, and you just don't seem to be able to put your finger on the exact reason why. So don't worry, if you are facing these problems, you are not alone. Because you see, what we believe is that this is the real problem. The real problem is it is no longer 2025, people, and you are simply stuck in what's called the old marketing model, and you have not yet moved forward to the new AI-powered model that is automated, predictable, profitable, and scalable. And what will happen when you move to the new AI-powered model? Well, quite simply, everything changes. Once you move to the new model, you will only attract the kind of clients that you want to work with. In other words, your ICPs, your ideal client prospects. The AI will automatically filter out all of those wrong types of clients, the time wasters, the tire kickers, and simply not waste your valuable time. You will generate leads, sales appointments, and clients on demand. And you'll know exactly how many sales appointments and clients that you are going to win every single month with absolute consistency. And the best part, you will remain fully in control because you will decide how many new sales appointments and clients that you want to win each month. So the big question is, what is this new model of marketing? Well, this masterclass is going to show you the 5 steps to the new marketing model. This is what we're going to be going through. So without further ado, let's get started. And step 1, what we're going to do in this step is stop worrying about a niche. You've probably heard about 1,000,000 times or more by now that you need to have a niche, but there's actually something much more important than having a niche, and that is solving a big, huge, painful problem for your ideal client prospects, your ICPs. Because you see, it doesn't matter what niche you choose, because if you do not solve a big and painful enough problem, then it does not matter how good your sales and marketing skills are, because you simply will not get any results. Why? Because no one will care. So if you want to get leads, appointments, and clients predictably each and every single month, then it is essential that you solve a big, painful problem. And once you've found that big, painful problem that you solve for your ideal clients, you need to communicate exactly how you solve that problem in a way that gets them excited to want to work with you. Now, these are some of the people, the amazing people that my company has been able to transform. We've got Sally, we've got Helena, we've got my own son Patrick, we've got Stefania, we've got Daniel, we've got Roxandra, we've got Alan, we've got Louis, and we've got Lee. Now, the one thing that these people all have in common is that they all know They solve big, painful problems for their clients. But remember, as I just said a few seconds ago, you need to be able to communicate exactly how you solve this problem in a way that gets them excited to want to work with you. So how do you effectively communicate this in an effective way? Well, this is what we're going to discuss in step. So in step 2, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to communicate this in a highly effective way by creating a video sales letter, a VSL. Now, can you imagine having a salesperson speaking to highly qualified leads any time of the day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Now, this is precisely what a video sales letter allows us to do. It is a fully automated way to build trust, to build value, and to educate your potential clients about the big problem that you can solve for them. And once you show them how to solve this problem, then you can get them to schedule an appointment to learn more. And when I say this really is a fully 100% automated way to get appointments, it really is. This is an example from a conversation called Rich. And you can see there, it went through quite a few what we call bump or reminder messages. Now, eventually, a reply comes through, and it even comes through apologetically. It even comes with an apology. Please excuse my caution. And it is absolutely first class. Now, look at this. Then another reply comes through. Good morning. Just a reminder who the person is. And then the person replies, good morning. Thanks for your message. Yes, I know about this person. And then what does the person reply? Yes, okay, more than happy to book an appointment. Like, think about that, people. This is absolutely first class. And remember, it's 100% automated. There you go. There's the appointment created. All the way from the initial chat, the initial bump reminder, follow-up messages, all the way through to the booking. This is a nice, uber-friendly, apologetic even, as I've just shown you, and 100% automated. In other words, an extremely scalable way from initial chat to call booked into your calendar with a highly qualified prospect. Why? Because you already know this person. So I really do mean when I say this is a fully 100% automated way to get booked appointments into your calendar. Now look at this, 18 new booked sales appointments during 2026 in January, thanks to a VSL. Now look at some of those times. Some of those times are in the morning. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not up. I'm not working around trying to get bookings into my calendar at this time of the day. So this is a truly 100% automated way of doing this. And for these people to turn up for these 20-minute, this is what we call them, coffee dates with people. So a VSL is really like having a salesperson working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, explaining what is the big problem you solve for your clients. Now, how can you create a video sales letter? Well, remember, it does not have to be anything fancy. Please, please, please. You do not need to show your face on camera if you don't want to. You don't even have to buy any expensive video equipment. Your smartphone and your computer are more than enough. And you do not need to go out and hire Steven Spielberg or Tom Hanks or any of those famous directors and hire a video production company. All you need to do is simply create a simple Canva. This presentation has been done in Canva, or it could be done in Google Slides, Microsoft PowerPoint, or Apple Keynote presentation. Similar, exactly the same as this one that you're watching right now at this very moment. Because you see, all it's about is explaining how you can help to solve your client's big, painful problem. And then, if they want to learn more, please give them the opportunity to schedule a call with you. And this is an important note. Because you see, without this step, most marketing campaigns fail. You see, time and time and time and time and time again, what I hear constantly is, Paul, I've tried Facebook ads. Paul, I've tried content posting strategies in LinkedIn. Paul, I've tried something else. Maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's X, maybe it's something else. And it doesn't work. And you see, the reason is it's not because these marketing channels don't work. Of course they work, otherwise they would not exist. But it's because they don't have a VSL. Instead, what they do is they send people to some kind of free book or PDF guide or book a call with me, please, 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 or even request a quote. We've all seen these, we've all done these, and I've been more than guilty of this in the past. And you see, the reason that this doesn't work is because that these people do not know you, they do not like you, or they do not trust you yet. This is the important word. So why would they book an appointment with you? Think about it. And you see, one of the best ways to build trust is to provide free educational content in the form of an on-demand interactive video. And it does need to be a video, though. Why does it have to be a video? Well, you see, it has to be a video because the video is the most effective tool at building trust than written content on its own. Because you see, what the VSL is doing is it's combining both the written word and it's actually building trust as the people are watching it, becoming engrossed in the video. So you do need to have a video presentation that builds trust first. Very important. Before you even think about speaking to a potential client. Now, when this is done correctly, a video sales letter will get you leads and prospects chasing you rather than the other way around. Think how nice this would be. And as a result, what you're going to get is you're going to get high quality appointments with prospects that already know you. They've already heard of you and they want to work with you. Whenever they turn up to speak to you on Zoom or by phone. Now, as powerful as a video sales letter is, on its own, it still won't work. Because you see, you need a way for people to get to your video sales letter in the first place. And then schedule a call with you after watching it. You see, you can have the best video sales letter in the world, but if nobody sees it, then it is absolutely pointless. So how can you get more potential clients seeing your video sales letter? Well, in steps 3 and 4, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can get people to see your VSL. But before we go into steps 3 and 4, let's go through this. Because you see, these strategies, they're not just theory. They are exactly the same strategies that I use in my own business and in each and every single one of my clients' businesses. To get them predictable sales leads and sales appointment each month on autopilot. And for the first time in the history of the interweb, all of these top digital marketing coaches, they all agree that these interactive VSLs is the number one way to move forward during 2026 and beyond. Because you see, what I do is I practice what I preach. And if I haven't done this for myself in my own business, then quite simply, I don't go out there and I don't preach it. I don't talk about it. So with that out of the way, let me show you how this is going to work in steps 3 and 4. In step 3, we're going to go through step by step how to create a funnel engineered to get these sales appointments. So what exactly is a funnel? You've probably heard the word funnel used hundreds of times before. In simple terms, it's a way to get people, in other words, your ICPs, to take a specific set of actions to reach their ultimate goal. So with the goal of getting more clients, you need to get more appointments. And to get more appointments, you need to get more high quality leads. The more leads and appointments that you get, quite simply, the more clients you will win. So we want people to take a specific set of actions that will lead to a high quality sales appointment and that will convert into some clients. So what kind of funnel do you have to create? Well, let me show you exactly what it looks like. And by the way, if you don't have a funnel like this currently in your business, then it means that there is an absolutely huge opportunity for growth in your business. So what does this funnel look like? Well, first of all, what we do is we start off with a landing page that you perhaps saw at the start of this video. Now, this is what it looks like. So you see at the top, what we've got is we've got a clear heading. The 5 steps to 3, 15, 30 or more predictable sales appointment each month with folk who already know you. And then what you've got underneath that is a subheading. In as little as you can have your very own personalized sales agent, called an Asdra for short, working 24/7 without complaining, without burning out, without going on holiday, allowing you to finally work on your business instead of in it. A big benefit. And then what we've got underneath that is we've got an opt-in form. Now it's very important, please note those 3 red circles, meaning that these 3 fields, first name, email, cell phone, are obligatory. They're compulsory because we need to capture these details, and we will show you why in one short moment. It's very, very important that you capture these details. And this will then bring them onto the video page, the VSL page, just like what you're seeing right now on the screen in front of you. So this is the VSL embedded inside my landing page. And then the step 2 would be that they can book a call. So this is the part 2 underneath the VSL. In other words, if they like what they hear, then they can click that button and then they can schedule a call to talk with me. And then from there, we can bring them onto the application page or the sales page. I'll show you an example of that later on. And then finally, what we'll do is we'll bring them onto a very, very important page in the funnel called a thank you or a confirmation page. Now, there are a few variations of this funnel, but this is more or less what it looks like. And once your funnel is properly set up, you can also maximize your conversions by using SMS and email marketing automation and database. In other words, CRM retargeting. So think about this. This is the person here sending an SMS, and you can use this because you see to your advantage, because not everybody who watches your video, your VSL, is going to book a call with you straight away. So you need a way of following up with them. Now, one way that you can have of following up with them is by engaging them with an SMS database regeneration campaign. We call it an Asdra for short. There you go. And you see there by sending the old friendly 2-line SMS, you can make a dramatic difference because the AI will relentlessly follow up with these leads. And this is why, as I said a few screens ago, that it's very, very important that we capture their contact details, their first name, their email, and their cell phone number on the landing page. Now, here's a really clever bonus tip. You can also think about retargeting ads, paid ads that you can use to retarget them for all of those people who didn't take the advantage of scheduling a call with you. Then you can get them once again through retargeting. And remember, having a funnel is pointless if nobody is going to see it. So this is what I'm going to cover in step number 4. Step 4, what we're going to do is we have to focus on the marketing activities that get results. Because you see, one of the biggest mistakes that I see time and time and time again is people, they spend thousands of dollars or countless hours on marketing activities that do not bring in any results, or even that bring in painfully slow results. So how can you avoid this? Well, you can avoid this by using the Pareto principle, also called the 80-20 rule. And what this simply means is that 80% of your results usually comes from 20% of your work. So stop doing 80% of the marketing busy work that doesn't get you any results, and focus everything instead on the 20% of marketing activities that does get results. So what are the right marketing activities to focus on to get clients as fast as possible? Well, let's go through each social media channel and compare the busy work, what I see lots and lots of people doing, versus the activities that actually bring in the results. And remember, it's results that we need. So this is the table that we've got. We've got marketing channel, we've got the busy work and the results. Well, let's first of all take LinkedIn and let's go through the busy work that I see countless numbers of people doing. And the busy work is where they're posting 3 or 5 or sometimes even 10 times a week because some guru on the internet has told them to do so. Maybe then they're spending, like in these post-party content people or whatever, they're spending 15, 30 minutes, 1 hour a day commenting on other people's posts. Maybe they're joining LinkedIn groups, or maybe they're even sending sales pitches via the DMs. Whereas the results, there is one thing and only one thing that they need to focus on to get the actual results. And believe you me, this strategy brings in results. I'm going to show you in one short moment. Now, by simply asking people through the direct messages, the DMs, if they want to watch a video, a helpful video like this VSL, that solves a big, painful problem that they currently have. Now, remember, you're not selling to them. What you are doing is you're providing value to them through a free educational video, just like this one. And then later on, they will decide themselves if they will get further value by signing up to one or more of your services. And then if you look at it from the Google and YouTube perspective, now what I'm talking about is from the SEO perspective, the search engine optimization. In other words, ranking your videos. And I'm going to show you a few examples of that in a moment. Because you see, what I see the problem here is the busy work that everybody seems to be doing is they're creating lots and lots and lots and lots of content that absolutely nobody is searching for. You know, they're sitting there posting their little brains out. And then they're also creating lots of content that doesn't generate any leads because there are no clear call to actions, CTAs, inside their videos. And this is one of the videos that we've done. And you see there, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about ranking it at the top of Google because Google and YouTube are intrinsically linked. They're owned by the parent company, the same parent company, which is Alphabet, LLC. And what they do is they have carefully purchased the world's second largest social media channel, which is YouTube. And there, if you use this to your advantage, you can quickly leapfrog the rest of the competition, and then you can get it to position number 1. Okay, this is one of the ones that we've done earlier. And then you see you can get like to a lot of open rates because you're solving a big problem. Like in this case, will AI take my job? This is a very, very, very common question that a lot of people are asking. Or you could even have a video like this. So that was a very, very old video that I done. But as you see, it amassed more than 4 million views. But now what's the special thing about that video? Well, the special thing about that video are what we're doing is we're focusing only on the results. We're only creating content that our potential clients are searching for, either on Google or on YouTube. And then we're making sure that all of our content sends people to our video sales letter. In other words, our funnel. Now, how do we do this? Well, we do not do this like this. If you look here, there is no clear call to action. So one of the first things that I suggested were that he puts in a call to action, because remember, this is all about the content. So what we do is we copy and paste this person, Alan's VSL link, into the description field to link it to Alan's funnel. And this brings them to the application page. In other words, app.alpasgroup.com. And that's as simple as it can be made. And then you see here, for example, this person has almost got 208,000 views on this particular video. So this is a really viral video. It's attracting a huge amount of interest. And it's almost like a marketing sin not to include a call to action. So don't worry, we have rectified this and we are in the process of adding in the VSL link to all of this person's excellent video content. And you see then that's solving a big problem. And you can also use it inside your blogs, if you use blogs, inside your Instagram, your X bio. Very important. You can use it in the footer of your emails. You can use it absolutely everywhere. And again, this should always link back to your sales funnel. You see it there? Like there, we take them through this piece of the text and then click here to watch a full in-depth training video. And this is a link that goes back to just where, like I showed you, to, for example, app.alpasgroup.com. And then this is what we have to do. We have to make sure that all of the content sends people back to your sales letter, to your video sales letter. In other words, your funnel. Very important. Let's deal with the paid ads. Now, this is what I see a lot of people doing on Facebook ads and also on TikTok ads. What they're doing is they're creating ads that simply get a lot of likes, a lot of video views, a lot of traffic, etc. But as many people have said, likes is not cash. You cannot take 1 million likes or 207,000 likes to your bank manager and say, well, what's the financial value of this? Because your bank manager will tell you plain and simple, the value is absolutely nothing. And you see, this is what we call vanity metrics, as opposed to actionable metrics. Metrics there that bring in the results. In other words, they feel good to look at, but they lack clear guidance for the next steps. So in other words, they lack a clear call to action, a CTA. And that's what we're trying to put right. Okay? Exactly the same for TikTok, except the main difference is that TikTok ads are generally about 2 to 5 times cheaper than Facebook ads. So something that you should really bear in the back of your mind. And then when we look at what the results that we're generating here, if we focus on one and only on one campaign that generates high quality leads and appointments each month. Now, I want you to just ignore everything else and I want you to focus on these results. Now, here's an easy way to visualize it. If you imagine all of the rectangles in yellow on the left-hand side, we've got LinkedIn, we've got Google, we've got YouTube. Remember, Google and YouTube from an SEO, a search engine optimization perspective. And then we've got the Facebook ads and the TikTok ads. Now, if you think about this for a moment, the first 3 of those are free or relatively low-cost channels. And you can use them on their own to get at least 5 to 30 appointments without even having to spend a penny on paid advertisements. Look at this. As I said, I practice what I preach. And this is exactly the same strategy I used on LinkedIn. And in one day, I got 17 positive replies. You can see them there on the screen. And whenever you are ready, you can use the paid channels, in other words, the Facebook and the TikTok ads, to get as many appointments as you like on demand. Your only limitation is your time or your target audience. But the best thing, and this is truly the best thing about using Facebook and TikTok ads, is that they can be fully automated, fully scheduled. And it's a lot more scalable than LinkedIn, than Google and YouTube. Plus, after a week of running campaign, this is what I call the one single ad campaign that I run on Facebook and or TikTok, they will return to you the cost per lead, the CPL, and the CPA, which is the cost per appointment. Now, this price can vary, obviously, but your CPA can range anywhere from between, let's say, $30 to $300, depending on your industry, depending on your competition, depending on your niche, etc., etc. But to give you an idea, in Q4 of 2025, I was paying between $37.14 to $44.12 for a high-quality CPA, cost per appointment. Now, here's the really powerful thing about Facebook and TikTok ads. Once Facebook or TikTok tell you exactly how much your cost per appointment is, then you can decide exactly, you can work out exactly how many sales appointments that you want each and every month. So to give you an idea, as I just said, I was paying that. So now let's use some approximations here and let's round this off to a very simple $40 per appointment. This is the cost per appointment that I was paying for a high quality cost per appointment lead. So if your CPA is $40, then quite simply to get 10 appointments, then you have to pay Facebook or TikTok $400. $40 per appointment multiplied by 10 appointments. Now, full disclosure, I was paying this on Facebook. There, if I had done it on TikTok, then I probably would have been paying much, much less. So if you only want 30 appointments, then quite simply, all you have to do is work out 40 times $40 per appointment times 30 appointments, which comes to $1,200. Then you can choose exactly how many appointments that you want each month on demand. And remember, this is not for a lead, because there are a lot of companies out there, you see them on Fiverr, or you see them on Upwork, etc., that they will charge you between $50 to $300, or sometimes even more, depending on your niche, for a shared lead all on its own. Remember, this is a shared lead that has perhaps been dialed to death or whatever. You don't know, but that's just for the lead. But what I'm talking about, this CPL, this is for a booked sales appointment, exclusively for you. You have made a relationship with this person, with somebody who is expecting your phone call. They're expecting you to contact them. Now, can you see the difference it would make in your business if you could get appointments each month on demand with Facebook or TikTok ads? And can you see the potential of generating leads, appointments, and clients each month using the free channels like LinkedIn, like Google, and like YouTube? Can you see how fast your business would grow if you could get appointments from these channels each and every single month? So let me ask you a question. What do you think would happen if you implemented all of the steps that you've learned so far in this video? What do you think would happen if, for example, step one, that you were to solve a common big problem for a specific group of people, your ICPs? And then step two, if you were to sit down and to create a video sales letter, VSL, explaining exactly how you can solve that problem, and then let people schedule a call, book a call with you to learn more about your services. And then step three, to create a specific marketing funnel designed to get high quality sales appointments. And then step four, if you were to focus only on the marketing activities that get results, not all of those vanity metrics, but the actual marketing activities that get results and that will send people to your funnel, getting you more leads and getting you more quality, high quality sales appointments each month. Can you see how logically this would work and how logically this could all come together? And can you also see what kind of an impact this would have on you and your business? Imagine no longer having to rely on hope marketing. Imagine no longer wondering how many appointments or clients will you win as you start each month. Imagine being able to take your ICPs to qualified appointments and clients in a way that is friendly and 100%, as you saw in the example earlier, fully automated. Imagine no longer having to rely on those word-of-mouth referrals, going to networking or trade fairs, etc., 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 to grow your business and to win more clients. Imagine knowing exactly how many leads, appointments, and clients you will win every single month. Now, at this point, you're probably either feeling really, really excited to do this, or you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed at the journey that lies ahead. Because to set up this system, to get these predictable, high-quality sales appointments each month does require some work. And it's not normally easy. I would be lying to you if I said it were easy. But if it were easy, think about it. Every single business out there would be doing it. The harsh reality is that most businesses do not have a system to generate leads and sales appointments each month on demand or on autopilot. And the harsh reality is that sadly most businesses fail. But I promise you right now, this definitely is possible. Because you see, I've done this not only for my business, but for all of my clients and all of my client partners as well. And if you listen to all of the kind words they all had to say about their transformation, you can see their transformative AI characters there before you. You can see Sally, you can see Elena, you can see my own son Patrick, you can see Stefania, Daniel, Roxandra, Alan, you can see Louis, and you can see Lee. Because I want this to work for you too. So this brings me to the fifth and to the final step of getting these predictable sales appointments from people who already know you. And this step really, really separates these people that don't get results, you know the type of people that I'm talking about, versus those that actually do get the results, and they do get the meaningful results. And this brings us to the fifth of the 5 steps, step number 5. And in step number 5, what we want you to consider is, how about learning from somebody who has already done this, who has already built this? Here's the thing. This has taken me more than 25 years working in marketing to figure this stuff out. Before I had a marketing business, you see, I would go out there and I would build websites on site for clients. And I've tried all of the traditional stuff to try and pick up clients. Things like speaking at events and conferences, what you can see on the screens, you can imagine how that turned out. Networking events, going to the Knights of Columbanus, etc. And it was, let's say, challenging. I've also done newspaper for anybody old enough to remember newspaper ads. I've done cold calling. I've relied on word of mouth referrals. I've sent out flyers. Yes, thousands of them. I've gone door to door. I've done almost everything that you can possibly think of. And as you can imagine, it was slow, unpredictable, and it was definitely not scalable. So please believe me when I say that there is a shortcut and there is a much easier way. It's by working with somebody who has already built a proven system like this and who has already gone out there and done it, bought the t-shirt, etc. You see, I wish I had a proven system like this whenever I first started over 30 years ago. It would have saved me literally 3 decades, if not more, of trial and error. And not to mention thousands of dollars in wasted advertising costs. Now, at this point, the way I see it is you have basically 2 options. You can either do this the hard way, and the hard way could be doing it all alone, doing it all by yourself and trying to figure out all of this stuff. And yes, it might work, but realistically speaking, it's probably going to take you months or even years of trial and error. Not to mention a lot of wasted time and a lot of money in the process, testing things that don't work. Now, you could also try things the easy way. And the easy way is to get a proven system from somebody who has already done this. And you see, I will give you the whole battle-tested system that I've already created for myself and for my clients that will help you get faster results versus doing it all by yourself. So if you want to do this the easy way, here's how it's all going to work. First of all, we offer a complete done-for-you solution where we set everything, literally everything up for you. We set up the strategies, we set up the paid ads, we set up everything that you want us to. That will get you results. We will work relentlessly to get you results. And remember, since most of this system is AI powered and mostly runs on autopilot, we will show you how to keep it going with less than 1 to 2 hours a week of your valuable time. So as soon as you start working with us, here's how the process will look like and what you can expect in terms of results. So the first thing that you will do after signing up is we will go through this. This is what we call our typical onboarding journey that you can expect on the Done For You marketing program. Step 1, we'll get you to fill out an application questionnaire on our application page, and we'll send you over our lead generation questionnaire for you to fill out. And this is so that we can have a better understanding of your business, what it is that you do, the big problems that you solve, and your ideal client prospects. We'll go through your CRM system. We'll find out how many people that you've spoken to. We like to work with that established entrepreneurs that have been in business for at least, let's say, 2.5, 3 years, at least. And you see, based on these answers, we will be able to set everything up for you, like the whole kitchen sink. And then step 2, We will create the video sales letter, the VSL script, based on the information that you've provided in step 1. We'll use this to create your video sales letter script. Because you see, remember, the VSL is designed to communicate exactly how you're going to help your clients and what you do better versus your competitors, versus alternative solutions that exist on the market. Now, we're going to share with you the first draft on Google Docs and on Canva, because this presentation was done in Canva. And then all you need to do is check it out, tweak it. And then once we're both happy, then we're going to move on to step number 3. Now in step number 3, we're going to do this for you. We're going to record and edit your video sales letter. Now, once the VSL script is done, we're going to start working on creating the presentation and the voiceover. Now, some of our clients love doing this, love turning on their cameras. If you want to do that, that's fine. But for most of them, then what they want to do is either they want to do the voiceover with the camera off, and some people even, they ask us to do the voiceover. Whatever you want to do it. You can either do it yourself or you can ask us to do it. That's fine. Now, after the VSL presentation and recording is done, we're going to fine tune everything. We're going to edit out all of the little, let's say, inconsistencies. We're going to add in some B-roll content to improve engagement, and we're going to send you the final video file for approval. Once we're both happy, then we move on to step number 4. In step number 4, we're going to create this marketing and sales funnel for you. So we're going to create these pages. The sales funnel, you see, it will include all of those pages: the opt-in page, the application page, the schedule a call page, the confirmation page, the thank you page, etc. Now, we're also going to include various behind-the-scenes automations to make sure that everything is going to work absolutely smoothly and absolutely seamlessly. And then step number 5, we're going to create the follow-up email sequence and the SMS sequence. We're going to create about 3 months of this. And this is going to be absolutely amazing. And it's going to be based on perhaps information that you've got stored in your Google Drive and blogs and PDF and ebooks, on case studies, videos, whatever. We're going to ask the AI to go out and trawl through it like an administrative assistant. And then we're going to repurpose this content into follow-up emails to nurture and to convert more leads into appointments, and then to convert some of these people into clients. Because you see, essentially what this is a numbers game. So if we have got large enough numbers there to work with, then we're going to be constantly, relentlessly following up with them. And then step number 6, we're going to set up the lead generation channels. Now, some of the people that we work with, they like just going straight away to the paid channels, because the paid channels, the advantages are that this will work much quicker, much faster. We'll implement the dirty or the filthy campaign, the one that we've been using since 2019. Or we can use the organic free channels, the LinkedIn and the Google and the YouTube. Whatever you want to do, we will go through both strategies. You can even do both if you want. Now remember, the free channels, they normally take a bit longer to warm up the audience, whereas the paid channels, they're normally a bit quicker. Now, after everything is set up and working, there's still some ongoing marketing work to keep the momentum going. Now, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to, once a week, to produce, to answer a question that your potential clients are asking. You know, inside the FAQs, etc. Now, you can publish this answer as a blog or as a YouTube video, whatever you want to do. And then you will publish the same content, or we will do this for you, and we will include it in the follow-up email sequence, in the SMS sequence, to help to continue to convert even more leads. And that's it. Now you've got a brand new system in your business that is going to generate leads, more appointments, and more clients, predictably and profitably, each and every single month of the year. And remember, you can get this whole system up and working for you and your business properly in less than 2 weeks, which is completely crazy, because most businesses take years to get to this point, where you could be in less than 2 short weeks. Now, can you see how this could be potentially life-changing for you and for your business? And remember, please take a moment to see our reviews, to check out our reviews from all of these wonderful people, to see what other people are saying about working with us. Now, this is just one of the notes, one of the emails there that we received. Now, I'm not going to read it all out to you, but just focus on the main part. Thanks again for helping me solve the problem of getting great qualified leads without having to cold call, because that's what they were doing before. Much better, as you said, to re-engage with all of those existing ones who have already heard of us. And this is one of the big, big, big benefits of this system. Getting great qualified leads. Remember that. Take some of these other ones. 18 book calls for January. In the 3.5 weeks that ran up to Christmas, we managed to generate for this client 18 booked calls into his calendar. And also, my opportunities pipeline is now so full. This is a really, really nice one, because think about this. Think about what this person is saying. I'm going to have to reduce capacity, or I'm going to turn off my opportunities pipeline for a week or more, just so that I can catch up. And I get emails, I get WhatsApps, DMs like this with clients sharing their success each and every single week. And you can also go to our website. You can check out other fantastic video testimonials, case stories, and more from these fantastic people that we've been blessed enough to work with. So at this point, what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself, what would it actually be worth for you? Because even this very, very morning, I was speaking to a new prospect. And what I asked her to do was I asked her to go through her Calendly account. Now, she's been in business for 5.5 years. And we realized together that she had spoken with over 963 people during that time. That's 963 people that had already known her and that had already said, okay, right, you know what, you're worthy of 20 or 30 or 45 minutes of my time. Because you see, she was sitting on an absolute goldmine and she had no idea about this. So you can imagine to be able to get 20, 10, 30 or more high quality appointments each week with people who already know you. This is more than possible. So now let's work it out for a moment. Let's just say that your conversion rate is 20%. So 1 out of 5 people that you're going to speak to will convert into a client. Now this is a very, very, very conservative number because almost all of the clients that I'm blessed enough to work with are now converting at a rate of between 60 to 70%. So think about that. But again, what we're going to do is we're just going to keep the numbers low, conservative to start off with. So from 20 to 30 appointments each month, using a 20% conversion rate, means that you're going to win about 4 to 6 new clients every single month. And again, let me repeat that we're deliberately keeping these numbers very, very conservative just to start off with. Now ask yourself, how much is a new client worth for you? For most of the businesses you see that I work with, the answer is it's between 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 or even more. But for now, let's estimate that a new client is worth to you $3,000. Again, this figure could be more, but let's just use $3,000. So if you are winning 4 to 6 clients per month, you will be earning an extra $12,000 to $18,000 per month. Now, over 12 months, that's between $144,000 and $216,000 in additional revenue. So ask yourself, how much would you be willing to invest to bring in an additional $216,000 of revenue or more, sometimes much more, into your business each year? Many businesses would be happy to pay me $50,000, $75,000, or even $100,000 to bring in that extra $216,000. Today I saw a video with Alex Hermosi where he paid, a team of 50 over a certain amount of period, $5 million, but it brought him in initially more than $20 million. Can you imagine? Now, of course, if you're eligible and if we do decide to work together, you will not have to pay anywhere near that amount. But it's important for you to visualize, to see the value of what you're going to get from this program. So when it comes to our pricing, we've done our absolute best to be completely upfront and transparent so that you can actually go to our website right now and see the offers we've currently got. Because sometimes we've got some really, really cool special offers. So please check it out. Now, how much is this going to cost? Now, I understand price is important, but the answer is it really does depend. What we've done is we've put together 3 different packages for you. We've got the DIY offer, the do-it-yourself offer, where we will provide you with full training and full support. You won't believe what you're going to get in this. We will also take you through our DWY offer, our done with you offer, where we're going to partner up with you. And then finally, we're going to show you our done for you offer, where we're going to do it all for you. We're going to take care of absolutely everything for you. So let's have a look at each of these 3 packages. This is our DIY offer, where you're going to get full step-by-step training via our school channel. Now, this is a one-time investment, and you're also going to get lifetime access to our school community and our weekly meetup groups. You're also going to get access to one-on-one support, which is absolutely amazing. Then we go through the DWI offer, where we partner up with you. And yes, that price is what you see it to be. It's because we did try to offer this one initially for free, one-time investment. But what's peculiar about this one is this is the lowest that the payment platform would allow us to have it at. So that's a full explanation. Remember, this is for a 50-50 rev share partnership on the net profit that will be generated only from these old dead leads. Okay, now what's an old dead lead? Anybody basically that is not your client currently and that you've spent money or you spent time acquiring to put into your CRM system, your customer relationship management system. Now we're going to pay for the setup, we're going to pay for the implementation, we're going to configure it to work for us because remember, this is a partnership. So for a lot of people, this is a really, really attractive option, but it's really important to specify that out there. It's 50-50 rev share partnership, only on the net profit, only that part that is generated from these old dead leads. In other words, the leads that you agree that we're going to be putting into the system for us. But we're going to do it exactly the same as the done for you offer. That's really important. And then finally, the done for you offer, there where we do absolutely everything for you. Again, this is a one-time investment. It's not recurring. There's no upsells. This includes everything in the DIY offer. Plus, we roll up our sleeves and we set up absolutely everything for you, including creating your video sales letter, creating your marketing and sales funnel, creating your SMS and email follow-up campaigns, creating your free and paid lead generation campaigns on the free channels like LinkedIn, Google, YouTube, and on the paid channels like, for example, TikTok and Facebook. And we can mix and match the both of them, whatever you want. Everything will be done for you to your specification. And we also have financing options available. Please reach out for details if you need any help with that. So if you prefer to spread the payment, let's say for cash flow reasons over the next 6 or 12 months, whatever, then again, please get in touch. And occasionally, as I said before, we have got some really incredible special offers. So please, please, please check out our offers page to see if there's any special offers currently on at this moment in time. Now, the only difference between all of those 3 packages is who is going to do the work to bring in those fantastic results. Now, in the first one, the DIY option, the do-it-yourself option, we give you full access to our online course. We give you full access to our training videos. We show you in each one of them how to do it step by step. We invite you to the weekly support calls. We invite you there if you've got a problem, you can have a one-on-one session with us. Okay? And we're going to provide you with support all the way through. It doesn't matter how long it takes until you get the results that you deserve, until you get these predictable, high-quality appointments showing up in your calendar each and every month. Now, we're going to show you how to do everything step by step. And as you go through the training, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us on our WhatsApp group, on our school channel, inside our school community to get answers to these support questions. But remember, for the DIY option, you're going to be looking at, let's say, at least investing about 40 to 60 hours or more of your own time per week, implementing everything we tell you to do so in the videos. Whereas in the done for you and the done with you, the client partnership offer, you're looking at investing around 2 to 3 hours weekly of your time whilst we get everything set up for you. So think about it. It's a huge, huge, huge time difference. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, well, this all sounds great, Paul, but how do I know that this is really, really, really going to work for me? Well, here's the thing. Over the years, I've spoken to many, many people, a lot of people that have spent a lot of money on online training courses, training programs, and other marketing companies. And at the end of the day, they haven't gotten any good results to report. And when I ask them, okay, so what did the other company do to help you get results? The answer was either nothing, or they found out later on that they needed for extra support. They needed to purchase another program, or they needed in some way or another to pay the other company even more money, get the results that they paid for in the first place. This is really bad. You see, to me, this is just crazy. But this is how it works in this industry. However, I don't want you to ever experience anything like that. Now, to be clear, in business, there's always going to be a risk that what you do doesn't work. But I still want to do everything in my power to completely eliminate that risk as much as possible for you, as much as realistically possible. So not only am I going to give you this proven system that has worked for me and for all of my clients, but on top of that, I'm going to give you something else that I've never ever seen anybody else offer. And that is lifetime one-to-one private support with me for this AI Asdra system, for as long as it takes for you to get results. In other words, once everything is up and running, if in the rare event you do not see any results, then we will keep working with you for free every single month until you do, without you having to pay anything extra for support, without you having to share potentially private information to others during the weekly group support call, and without you needing to purchase any other programs or anything else like that. Now, to put this in perspective for you, other marketing companies and consultants, in other words, my competitors, will typically charge you a monthly retainer, usually from, let's say, about $2,500 to $5,000 per month to help you with your market. And if you stop paying them, then they stop helping you. But I don't want you to have to go through anything at all like that. That's why with us, it's completely and totally different. When you work with us, you only have to make a one-time investment. And our guarantee is that you will see these results, or we will keep working with you for free until you do. That's our guarantee. Now, sometimes people ask me, Paul, how can you guarantee to give lifetime support? Isn't it a bit too much? What if somebody's emailing you for years and years and years and years into the future? Well, here's why I can do it. See, the reason number one is most clients that I work with, they get the results very, very, very fast, thanks to the limitless power of the AI, usually within the first few weeks. And once you're getting results, since more than 95% of this system is AI automated, there's really not a lot of ongoing support that's needed. So it's actually in my best interests to get you results as soon as possible. Because once you're getting these results, you're probably not going to need our help anymore. Because, quite simply, everything is working. And remember, if you needed the option of lifetime one-to-one private support with me is free for as long as it takes for you to get results. And number two, getting you results is the most important thing for me. I don't want you to start working with me, and if you don't see any results, then be told by me or by somebody else in my company that you need to pay extra for additional or better support, which, by the way, is what most of my competitors do. No, definitely not. Instead, I want this to be the last thing that you're ever going to need to invest in to finally get predictable leads and appointments from people who already know you each and every month in your business. So at this point, you have two options. As I mentioned, you can do this the hard way, and you can try and do everything yourself through trial and error. You can spend countless hours potentially making many, many, many mistakes, or even wasting thousands of dollars on marketing that will never, ever work. Or you can do this the easy way, where you can work with us, and we'll give you the proven system to get everything up and running in as little as 14 days. And even if this system only does half of what I've claimed, in most cases, it will more than pay for itself as soon as you close your first one or 2 clients. Now, what are the next steps that you have to take? Well, all you need to do is click the button below this video to schedule a call with me. And on the call, we're going to go through how it all works in much more detail. And we're going to answer any questions that you might have. And then whenever you're ready to start, what we'll do then is we'll send you a link to our payment page, or you can also go to the offers section of our website if you want to get started faster. And you can sign up there directly to whatever of the 3 packages that you're most interested in. So either way, if you're ready to get started, click the button below to schedule your call. And we look forward to welcoming you on the other side. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.